In February, the City of McAllen attended McAllen Day in Austin with more than 80 members of the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, McAllen ISD, McAllen Economic Development Corporation, and other local stakeholders and partners. The trip from local community leaders to the Texas State Capitol was to raise awareness on issues that impact McAllen and the entire region.
It's very important because a lot of the times we need to come and tell our legislators, our representatives, what is important for us. They deal with the whole state of Texas, and a lot of times they're not necessarily know or have the knowledge of the special needs we have in South Texas. So we're here and we're gonna let them know as much as possible, and also forging a good relationship with our legislators. A lot of times you don't know who they are, but here in McAllen we do.
McAllen leaders were knocking on doors to share the McAllen story with state representatives and senators from across Texas. They were sharing issues affecting the McAllen area, including enhancing border security, boosting healthcare workforce, strengthening economic development, increasing funding for UTRGV School of Medicine and McAllen Independent School District, developing transportation for Asa Lewis International Bridge, creating additional quality of life projects, and more.
That's super important. You know, we're recognized as the leader of the Rio Grande Valley, and the needs of the valley and specifically of McAllen continue to grow. And so whether it's transportation or infrastructure like water and sewer or bridges like we're here to talk about, it's important that the folks here in the Capitol see our City Commission, see our mayor, and hear our message.
McAllen Day is a very important day, obviously, here in Austin. We're bringing forth many projects that the city is aspiring to begin either this year or in the coming years. As you may or may not know, the state of Texas is experiencing a budget surplus, which is a good thing. So now is a prime opportunity for our city to take opportunities and bring some of that back home so we can get some of these projects rolling.
Groups were divided into various teams that were led by the McAllen City Commissioners or other community leaders, all with one single purpose in mind: telling McAllen stories to state leaders to request additional funding for needed projects.
There's various things that we're looking at. Obviously, quality of life issues that we would like to help get funded here. There's a few parks that we're looking at, of course, Quinta Mazatlan and the new camping ground park in North McAllen. That's going to be a great, beautiful, used by the community asset, and we really want to get some state funding, so we're working on that. Of course, we're looking at some of the transportation issues and getting some funding for that.
Well, mostly for our city, the drainage and better the parks. But that's one of the things we came to Austin for that, start talking, put everything to perspective, see what we can do.
We depend a lot also on the funding from the state to have a good quality of life in the city of McAllen and accomplish projects that are important. Asa Lewis Bridge is one of them. It's going to boost our economy by trade and commerce in our west side. We're going to go ahead and ask for money for Quinta Mazatlan. As we know, the Center for Urban Ecology is a very important project that we have because it's going to be educational. We can get with the STEM programs, get the kids interested about it, and it's going to be one of the attractions for McAllen, where it's going to make us still in bringing a quality of life to the citizens and to the visitors.
Organized by the McAllen Chamber of Commerce, city officials and administrators, along with education and business leaders, met with state agencies and state elected officials and their staff, highlighting the need for funding.
Several things we're going to talk about with our legislators today. Obviously, border security, some of the issues related to that, development projects that we have here in the area, including some transportation projects. A lot of opportunities for us to get together with our state officials, bringing a lot of the folks from throughout the business community and the leadership community for the city of McAllen, and just a great opportunity for us to share our vision of what we need with our state legislators.
We have a new project, the Kapler Campground Project, which is going to be a great addition to the City of McAllen, and that's something that we're also looking for some additional funding for. And so we've got some key projects that are very important to the City of McAllen, and of course, MISD. I mean, we want to make sure that our school district is getting all of the support that they need. So it's a good thing that the community has come together.
The group also met with various state officials, including both senators from the Rio Grande Valley.
The Rio Grande Valley is one of the fastest growing regions of the state of Texas. So we are really much focused on the infrastructure, from our transportation system to higher education, UTRGV, the School of Medicine, focusing on our bridges, really benefit the state of Texas and the Valley in terms of jobs. And trade with Mexico continues to grow. So we focus very much on the issues that have been identified by not only our public officials, but our constituents, our families. We very much focus on healthcare, making sure that we provide a good quality education for our kids, and providing economic development projects. So we are very much focused on the priorities and needs of the families of the Valley.
It's incredibly important to join together as a region, and not just McAllen, but Hidalgo, Cameron, all of the Rio Grande Valley, because when we join together as a region and we speak with one voice, we know we're going to be heard, and we know that we'll get the support we need, because everyone in Texas is looking at the Rio Grande Valley for what we are bringing to the table and the amazing accomplishments we have and that we continue to have.
The City of McAllen's delegation is hoping their message that if the state of Texas invests in the economy, transportation, security, infrastructure, educational opportunities, and quality of life of McAllen and the Rio Grande Valley, it will translate to the continued growth and prosperity of Texas as well. For the City of McAllen, I'm Roy Cantu.